I get a feeling it's going to be a riot.
I don't read the newspapers because they all have ugly print.
At the starting of the week, at so many talks you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday. Negotiations breaking down. See the leaders start to frown. It's more than Monday.
We are back with another edition of your favorite morning show, The Daily Dose on the Guerrilla Radio Network.
You'll be sitting, taking lunch, and news will hit you like a punch. It's only Tuesday.
But Simon,
Ask your doctor if The Daily Dose is right for you. Common side effects include sarcasm, informed opinions, and wondering how the hell these people got elected. The Daily Dose starts now.
but Simon,
Tomorrow never comes until it's too late. Tomorrow never comes until it's
Good morning, all. How are we doing today? It is Friday, July 17th, 2026. And 50 years ago today, in the year of our Lord, 1976, this guy was born. He was brought into this world 50 years ago today. So happy birthday to me. Oh my gosh. It is Friday. It's everyone's favorite day of the week. Like I said yesterday, it's everyone's favorite day of the week except for mine because I still have to work Saturday and I have to work Sunday. So I'm not in as great of a mood as the majority of these people are that are watching this show right now that work Monday through Friday jobs 9 to 5. My schedule usually starts around 11 and I go until about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And that's my typical day. And that's the life that I chose. And I like to bitch about it because I like to hear myself complain all the time. And that's what I do for fun, as I just complain for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I've got a nice show lined up for you today. Yesterday was a really good show. Excuse me. We covered a lot of ground yesterday. It was really fun. I think it was one of the better broadcasts that we've had so far. Got a lot of views yesterday, which is great. The views yesterday really, they almost tripled. They definitely more than doubled what we normally do. So thank you, everybody that's given us your support. And thank you to everyone that watches and or listens to the Daily Dose, our Monday through Friday show. I really appreciate it. Things are they're moving in the right direction for the show, which is good. And I look at the numbers and the analytics, and I see that things are progressing nicely. It's an organic progression, but and that's a slow roll as always. But I believe in time, and as we do this show more and more frequently, and because we do it 5 days a week for the most part, most of the time. As long as we can continue to do that show 5 days a week, I believe that the ratings will get even better and better and better as we go along. More followers, more watchers, more listeners, blah, blah, blah. So yes, again, thank you very much to everyone that watches this show in the morning or whatever time you decide to watch it and listens to it. I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting moving forward. So thank you guys. And also, as I said the other day, now we're on all the major podcast networks too. So Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. You can download and you can listen to our episodes on those networks as well, if that's your podcast delivery method of choice. So by all means, take a look at that. You have to type in Guerrilla Radio Network because there are a couple of other Guerrilla Radios out there, I've learned, as I was uploading all my information on there. So when you do go to any of these sites, make sure you type in Guerrilla Radio Network, and then all of our individual shows and previous shows will be listed upon there with dates coinciding with the date of the show. So we look forward to you taking a look at that and watching there as well. So let's get this show rolling. Like I said, it is Friday, and I've got the weather report as I do every day for the Tampa Bay area with the great Dave Osterberg from Fox News here in Tampa.
Fox 13 meteorologist Dave Osterberg with your Sky Tower Vector Scan forecast.
I bet some of our Pinellas County viewers joining us a little early this morning. Look at the lightning and the rain. This is the, I wish I should have taken that off. The Serrata Beach camera, but wow, it is lit up first thing this morning. Here is your Plymouth Harbor Lido Key camera also. Look at that lightning. It's been, what a morning too. I mean, we've got some huge thunderstorms in Pinellas County and everything is drifting in a very different or odd direction, right? It's kind of running parallel to or running north to south first thing this morning. Let me hone in on Pinellas County. It is heavy rain everywhere. Now, I do see the back edge of it, which is good, around the Dunedin area over to Oldsmar. So if you can just hang tight a little bit, Largo, Indian Rocks Beach, Reddington Beach, I do see an end to this real heavy rain. If you wanted to wait for it to end before you went outside, give it another 20 minutes or so. Everything is moving north to south, but tons of lightning. I mean, just in this particular frame alone, you have 150 lightning strikes. So heavy rain around Fort DeSoto, the Skyway, very wet too. The rain up and down the Skyway Bridge for you, down to parts of Anna Maria. But notice downtown Bradenton, not much. You're going to get clipped with a little bit, but the heaviest rain is, a lot of it is just kind of sitting and hovering offshore this morning and drifting away. So even around Sarasota, not a ton of rain. Venice, you're fine now. But boy, oh boy, that lightning show out in the Gulf this morning, amazing. Mid to upper 70s inland, upper 70s, lower 80s along the coast. Our rain chances start to go up again, and in general, we're looking for a little weak low to begin to develop off the west coast of our state. And I know your first thoughts are, a weak low off the coast of our state, we got to worry. Listen, this is not going to be anything significant tropical-wise, but it is going to bring a tremendous amount of rain to an area that really needs a tremendous amount of rain. In fact, we're under a marginal risk today for excessive rainfall. We're also under a marginal risk on, I believe, on Sunday and Monday as well. And if you see the big picture, you can kind of see the big broad spin that's going to develop over the next few days out here into the Gulf. It's just going to kind of sit and spin, but it's going to pull up moisture, so you get waves of rain every day. Not raining all day long, but here's Sunday, for instance, right along the coast, a lot of very heavy rain. And coastal areas could see 5, 6, 7 inches of rain over the next week. And not kidding. But inland locations, you'll see lesser amounts. So one of the few times that Lakeland's going to get less rain than Clearwater is, okay? 90 degrees for you today with showers and storms developing. Always be aware of that lightning, folks, please. Unfortunately for boaters, I've got a moderate chop today and tomorrow and downright choppy on Sunday. Plus, you'll be dealing with showers and storms. So please be aware of that if you have to head out there. 70% rain chances Sunday and Monday, and then gradually we'll taper things off as this low moves out and we get back to a more normal pattern by the middle of next week.
So if you're planning on going out on a boat this weekend, what the great Dave Osterberg is letting you know is just be careful if you're in Florida, excuse me, and you're planning on going on a boat, because there's going to be a lot of waves, a lot of rain, and a lot of unsavory conditions that could impact or ruin your day on the water as well. We did get plenty of rain down here in Florida yesterday, which was nice. I was bitching about that yesterday for a little while. And I see sprouts of green in my yard. So I think that we're going to be okay. We're going to make it through this together, everybody. And my yard is going to turn green yet again. And then I'm going to complain because the grass is getting too long. And yeah, it's just, I'm never happy. I'm such a cranky old man. It doesn't make a difference. I bitch about this, and then that happens. And I bitch because it happened. And there's no reason why any of it should be happening. It should just, I should just live in like a dome. If you can give me, like, remember, what was it, Biodome with Pauly Shore? If you just give me the dome and let me live in that perfectly controlled environment for the rest of my life, that would be outstanding. I'm going to send a strongly worded email to Elon Musk and see if he can possibly make this happen for me. I don't even care where it is. It could be in Antarctica for all I care, because inside of this dome, the weather and the climate and all the conditions are going to be controlled perfectly. So with that being said, I believe I'm going to move into a dome for my next home. I just need to figure out how to make this happen. So you guys, if you're realtors out there and you have a dome that's listed for sale, please send me all the listings that you have on your MLS, the multiple listing system that you use in order to find homes for buyers. And if you have anything that's located directly in a dome, almost like, when you put a cake on a pedestal and then you put the glass top on top of the cake, that's what I want my dome to look like. I don't want it removable because now I'm letting in all the elements, but I want it to be a dome such as that of a cake display case. Okay. So if you're a realtor, make that happen for me. I'm gonna hold you accountable if you don't. And that's the last thing you want. Moving on. We have got a lot of good subjects in the news today on the Daily Dose. I've got crashes in Miami. I've got the end of an era. I've got, if you're fat, you're going to love this. If you are fat, you are going to love it. All right. I've also got officers rescuing people from burning vehicles. And of course, the big subject and the big topic of the day is our leader, Donnie T, delivered a message and a speech last night from the Oval Office around 9 p.m. He actually went on time, which was shocking to me because he does like to keep the public waiting for his addresses. And he went on time right at 9 o'clock. And we will dive into that here at some point during this show. We'll go over that together, you and I, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome to talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about the end of an era. I was born and raised in Tampa, Florida. As a child, we never went to Busch Gardens. I never had the opportunity to. So the first time I ever went to Busch Gardens was during my high school career at Gaither High School in North Tampa. And that was the first time I had ever visited Busch Gardens, first of all, and I'd actually never ridden a roller coaster prior to my arrival at Busch Gardens during I believe it was either my junior or senior year, I don't remember, of high school. But a buddy of mine in school worked at Busch Gardens, and he used to get free passes. So we went one weekend to Busch Gardens, and I was introduced on that weekend to the Kumba, which was the fastest roller coaster in the country at the time. Now they're ridiculous, but at the time, back in 1993, the Kumba was the fastest roller coaster in the country. And unfortunately now, after 33 years of operation and loyal service to the American public, Kumba is calling it quits.
Well, if Kumba is one of your favorite rides at Busch Gardens, now's the time to take one more lap. After more than 30 years, the park is retiring one of its most iconic roller coasters. Kumba makes its final run on August 2nd. The good news? The park says it's not going away forever. Kumba will return as a reimagined form as Kumba's Revenge. By the way, I checked. Kumba is currently one of 9 roller coasters that we have right now at Busch Gardens.
Kumba's Revenge. That sounds terrifying, because Kumba, I don't know if it really needed to, have revenge on anything. I mean, I think people liked it. I don't know if anyone ever, talked shit about Kumba behind its back that it had to go and seek revenge upon. But, if maybe there were some people out there that I haven't spoken to that really hated Kumba. And now Kumba says, listen, motherfuckers, as soon as they build me, I'm coming back, and I'm coming back with a vengeance. I'm getting revenge on all of you would-be shit talkers that are out there that have been talking trash about me my entire life for 33 years. Okay. I came out of the gate strong. And here we are now, 33 years later, just as strong as I was before, but I'm tired. So I'm going to take myself out of the equation, and then I'm going to come back with with great fury, and I'm going to attack you. I'm going to attack you with everything that I have, because my name is Kumba. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger for those who attempt to destroy my brother. And you will know my name is Kumba when I lay my vengeance upon thee. In the words of the great Samuel L. Jackson with a little Kumba twist at the end. Moving on. If you're fat and you know it, clap your hands. If you're fat and you know it, clap your hands. If you're fat and you know it, then your gut will surely show it. If you're fat and you know it, clap your hands.
The never-ending Pasta Pass is back at Olive Garden starting today. The chain is giving you a chance to grab one of only 10,000 passes for $100 plus tax at pastapass.com. Now, pass holders can dine in and down as many pasta combos as they can alongside never-ending soup or salad plus breadsticks during Olive Garden's never-ending Pasta Bowl event from August 31st through November 22nd. So if you really like pasta,
well, I'll tell you what.
There you go, everybody. So go get your never-ending Pasta Pass right now. For from the Olive Garden, the OG, as I like to call it, not to be confused with OG Guerrilla Radio on our YouTube channel. This is the OG. This is the original OG, which would be, I guess, the OOG, the Olive Garden. So if you want to eat pasta until your stomach explodes, if you want to eat pasta that makes you take a shit so badly that you have to unclog your toilet on a daily basis, even though your plumbing in your house is perfectly fine and up to state building codes, then go and do yourself a favor. Get yourself an endless pasta pass from Olive Garden and shove that rigatoni alla vodka right into that big old pie hole of yours, because you know you're dying for it right now. $100, $100 is all it takes, folks, to get yourself a never-ending, endless, some might call it, pasta pass at the OG, otherwise known as the Olive Garden. Never was a fan of the Olive Garden. I do like their salad. The salad is one of my go-tos if I ever do go to the Olive Garden. My mom and dad, when they were alive, they used to like going to the Olive Garden. And then, of course, you know, out of obligation, I had to go to dinner with them every now and again when they invited me to the Olive Garden, even though I'd rather go to Burger King instead, because I think that food is better than Olive Garden. But nonetheless, I do remember enjoying the salad from the Olive Garden. And the breadsticks are whatever. Everyone raves about their breadsticks, about how good they are. They just taste like plain old bread. You know what I mean? There's nothing special about them. But I could eat a couple bowls of that salad, though, that gigantic bowl of salad. I could eat 2 of those bowls by myself. So that's the only thing I like at the Olive Garden. And too bad they don't have the endless salad pass for $25. Because if they did, I might take them up on that offer. But since they don't, I guess I'm just going to have to sit in the corner and cry and listen to the Crying Game soundtrack as I'm crying myself to sleep with a plunger on my face, much like the great Jim Carrey did in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, when he found out that she had a wiener. That's right, folks. He found out that she had a wiener. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. And she had a wiener. Dramatic, very dramatic rescue from this police officer. Burning vehicle. Now, this is body cam footage, so it is a little choppy. If you suffer from any type of motion sickness or anything of that nature, that when you look at moving objects on the screen, you feel a little queasy, you may want to look away, because this is rather bouncy, like boobies.
Car now! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Let's go! Come out of the car! Open it! Open it! Open it! Get out! Get out! Come out through the window! Hey, come out through the window! Sir! Come out through the window now! Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand now! I got you! Get me out! Alright, you okay? Anybody else in the car? No one else?
Reports following up on that incident did say that the driver did not suffer any burns on his body, but he did die later from the gashes in his wrists from the broken glass that he was dragged through in order to get him out of the vehicle. There is no legitimacy behind that claim whatsoever. I just made that up on the fly, so please don't take any stock in that, because I just made that whole story up. But the body cam footage, however, is 100% real, and that did happen. You imagine that, you see a burning car and it's on fire, and it literally, if you look at the video from a different angle, because I looked at a couple of different videos of that incident, the car actually explodes. So there was fire flames coming from underneath the vehicle at one point. And then this police officer, I guess, noticed the flames, pulled over directly behind body cam was going. And you see the car go boom. And then this big plume of smoke and flame comes out from underneath the car. And that's when the officer ran over there and shattered out the passenger side window and pulled him from the vehicle. So, yeah, good job to that officer. I mean, that takes a lot of bravery. I don't know. I do remember one time I did rescue someone that was trapped in a vehicle that got hit. I don't know if it was by a drunk driver or who ran into the guy, but both vehicles collided on a very small street down here in Dunedin, Florida. And I just heard the impact. I was probably a good, I don't know, 500-600 yards away. I couldn't see it because it was around the corner, but I heard it. And then I hear this, screeching of the tires, and then the great impact. So I ran over there, as did many other people from this neighborhood that we were in. And this guy was trapped inside the vehicle, which was upside down. And myself and another gentleman were able to pull him from the vehicle and get him out of harm's way. I don't think the vehicle was in any danger of exploding or catching on fire, but it certainly could have been a possibility. So, I guess what I'm saying is that I'm pretty much a national hero, and I'm fearless when it comes to this kind of stuff. So if you ever find yourself in staring down danger and you think that you're going to be maybe exploding spontaneously, or your vehicle's caught on fire, or if you need rescue of any sort whatsoever, just go ahead and send us a message on the Guerrilla Radio Network Facebook page. And I check those messages a couple times a day to see what's going on out there. And if I see that you need my help, just send me a message. Go to my Facebook page, Guerrilla Radio Network, send me a quick message. And in between, my workday, I'll respond to you, and I'll line up a time and a date where I can get over there and rescue you. Okay? Because I'm pretty much a national hero. That's what everyone knows it. Everyone knows. You know what? While we're on the topic of everyone knows, this is how it is. Everyone knows. Let's go ahead and let's do a little Donnie T news.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody's such.
Welcome to What It Do with Donnie T, where the nation pauses to see if anything got done today, or if the presidency is just a full-time job posting on Truth Social all day and all night once again. Let's check it out and see.
I don't know if you guys realize that, but in the beginning of that, I hit the wrong button on my little control board that I have over here to the left, and I played the Dead as Fuck intro music accidentally. And then I, of course, played the Donnie T intro music. So I apologize for any confusion that I may have caused on your behalf, but I will tell you that this segment is dedicated solely and 100% to our great Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump. Donnie T. Donald J. Trump, 45 and 47. Moving forward. Can't be 48, though. 45, 47. Donnie T. Now, he delivered a speech last night on primetime television right around 9 p.m., which I said earlier, he went on right on time, which was very impressive. Apparently, from what I understand, some of the major networks, I believe ABC and maybe was CBS, or I don't remember. They refused to air it, which is crazy. A sitting president delivering a speech to the nation, and the major television networks decided that they would rather just have either Survivor or Big Brother playing instead. Which I don't know. I've never seen either of those two shows, but from what I understand, they're pretty good. I've never seen them though. But Donnie T did deliver his speech last night, and this show is not scripted. Everything I do is complete, just off the top of my head as it hits me. I don't use a teleprompter, obviously. I don't write anything down before the show. This is literally what you get from me on a daily basis, whether it's on this show or in life in general. I like to keep people amused, and I like to crack jokes and make fun. And I think I'm rather quick-witted when it comes to that kind of stuff. But Donnie T was clearly reading from a teleprompter last night, and it sounded like a 27-minute run-on sentence. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. I don't know if you watched it last night, but it was incredible. But the major focus and highlight of his speech and what he wanted to relay his message to the public, or the American public, would be that, there's voter fraud, and it's been going on, and it's been rampant since the 2020 elections. Obviously, it was stolen from him, and, here we are at literally 6 years later. He's halfway through his second term, skipped the term, got reelected, halfway through that second term, and he's still talking about it as if it's something that's still going on, which to me, I don't understand why he just can't let it go and move on. You know what I mean? But every chance he gets, he likes to talk about voter fraud. So let's go ahead and hear a few minutes of that speech that he delivered last night.
America is back and doing really well, but we still have
America's hotter than ever, by the way. In case you're wondering, we're back. We're doing well, and we're hotter than ever. Sorry for the interruption.
America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure, one where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes, and really exposes like levels never thought possible.
All right, that's enough. Like levels never thought possible. He always, anytime Donald Trump comes on TV or does an interview or just speaks in general, be it on Truth Social or on, television networks or interviews on, like 60 Minutes or whatever, I'm compelled. I have to watch it because he makes me laugh so much. He exaggerates everything to the highest degree possible. And, I try to be nonpartisan on this show, but I think if you watch a show, you kind of understand, a little bit about who I am. But I try to be nonpartisan and, and be as fair as possible to both sides, because there's some things that, the Democrats do that I like, and there's some things that the Republicans do that I like. You know what I mean? I'm a huge fan of abortion. Actually, I push for it. You know what I mean? I wish there were more abortions out there. You know what I mean? I'm saying, a lot of adults should have been aborted a long time ago, because this world would be a much better place if we didn't have any, anti-abortion, campaigns going on out there. But I also enjoy the Second Amendment. You know what I mean? I'm a gun owner. I love shooting guns, and I love everything about them. So, I mean, yeah, I walk the middle line on politics. So when I speak from a position that really doesn't care about what either side is hard pressed on. I only care about the shit that matters to me within the four walls of my house. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, this fucking guy, he just talks out of his ass most of the time. You know what I mean? And Biden was no better. The old Crypt Keeper was in charge for a few years there, and wow. But Trump, he just talks and he exaggerates, and it's the most beautiful thing anyone's ever seen. Everyone knows it. People from around the globe call me and they say, Donald, you've done the best job out of any president in the United States, which includes Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, our founding father. If you were the founding father, Donald, of the nation, the most beautiful nation of the United States, I truly believe that it would be so much better today than it was. People from around the world call me world leaders, people that you don't even know, that we don't even know exist. These high people, they're very high up the chain. They call me daily and they tell me that it would be such a better place if I was the original president of the United States. And now I've written a little song for you, and I hope that you enjoy it.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Yeah, like a little Jamaican twang in his voice there, didn't he? They're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats. Yet another great speech that was delivered by Donald Trump during the debates prior to his election in this ongoing presidency that we're going through right now. So there you have, folks. I delivered that. I couldn't wait to get to that segment. I was actually thinking about it last night while I was watching the speech. I said, I cannot wait to do the show tomorrow because this is great. This is just going to be great. Last thing I got for you guys today, if you're going to Miami or if you feel like you need to go to Miami for any reason today whatsoever, do yourself a favor, take a helicopter.
Off the top here at noon, we are continuing to work a major traffic issue right now. An alert where a fiery crash has shut down Florida's Turnpike in southwest Miami-Dade.
The driver of a tanker truck lost control, jackknifed, and rolled over on the turnpike right near the Bird Road exit. That tanker became fully engulfed in flames while straddling the highway median. Sadly, the driver of that truck died in the crash. Paramedics transported a second person to the hospital. Florida Highway Patrol troopers, they've been forced to shut down the turnpike near Bird Road as they are working that scene.
Now, if you're wondering what that moisture is all over the turnpike there in that video, well, let me let you know exactly what it is. That's shit. It's human shit all over the road. That truck was a septic tank truck. So basically, that truck pumps out septic tanks. So not only did that thing flip over, kill the driver, it cracked itself wide open, busted wide open, busted wide open, and it literally took a shit all over the highway. So yeah, do yourself a favor, give it a couple days before you go to Miami or decide to drive down the turnpike down south because it may it's a real shitty situation that we're in right now.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
All right, everybody. That's going to do it for today. I ran really long today. I'm at the 31-minute mark. I apologize. Hopefully, I kept you entertained throughout the entire broadcast. I will see everyone tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. I will not. I'm going to go to work now and celebrate my birthday with a nice. It's only 11 hours today. A nice 11-hour shift. No way to celebrate better than breaking your ass off, possibly burning yourself, with hot oil and grease, working in a dangerously controlled environment throughout the course of the evening. And that's how I'm going to celebrate my birthday. But, the hell with it. Like I said yesterday, it's 50. Who cares? No big deal. There's no better way that I want to celebrate my birthday than to do this show with everybody right now. So this made my day. Thank you very much. This made my week. I'm glad that I could end the show on a very high note. And I absolutely look forward to Monday because that is, without a doubt, one of my favorite days of the week because I get to do this with you all over again. You are listening to The Daily Dose on the Gorilla Radio Network. Follow us on all social media outlets, Gorilla Radio Network on Facebook, Gorilla Radio 47 on the Instagram machine, or you can go to our YouTube channel at Gorilla Radio. Subscribe or just watch us live, whatever the hell you want to do, because I don't really give a shit about what you want to do. All right? But I do want you to watch the show. So there you have it. Everybody enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you guys on Monday.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday.